Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Now, ahead of the start of our next session, we would like to remind you all about the opportunity to donate to our charity partners cause Save the Children. Now, we've just now reopened the link. It should actually be in the chat box now, nice and active. We've reopened the link, accessible via the chat box. Now, our target today is to reach 20,000. So far, we are about 6,000 in. So thank you all so much for your generosity and your contributions. Let's keep that going all the way until the end of the day. We've actually now reached the halfway mark of the day. So I think things are looking very, very hopeful indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move into a presentation on ASEAN's care economy. With that, it's my pleasure to now welcome the Honorable Datuk Paduka Sri Haji Aminuddin Ihsan bin Pinorangkaya Saiful Muluk Datuk Sri Paduka Haji Abidin, Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports, and Chair of the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community Council for his presentation on ASEAN's care economy in a few moments' time.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. On behalf of the ASEAN Social Culture Community, ACC Pillar, it is a great honor to be a part of the ASEAN Business and Investment Summit, ABIS 2021. Our sincere thanks and congratulations to the ASEAN Business Council for organizing this important event. The ABIS theme for this year, Building on Sustainable Digital Future, strongly resonate with our work in ACC, highlighting the cross-cutting nature of our socio-economic development. Through this afternoon session, it is our hope that the constructive conversations on ASEAN care economy, how can ASEAN ensure no one is left behind, will not only continue, but more importantly, will form the basis of our work together in today's sessions and beyond. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the term "no one is left behind" is synonymous with the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and its Sustainable Development Goals. In facing an increasingly challenging world, the underlying message of the ASEAN care economy is for us to pay greater attention on how care can contribute towards the sustainable economic growth of the region. At the same time, the disruptive impact of COVID-19 on every sector of the ASEAN community remind us that the effects of the pandemic go beyond health alone. Brunei Darussalam ASEAN Chairmanship theme this year, We Care, We Prepare, We Prosper, underscores ASEAN collective pursuit in improving the people's well-being and livelihood during this challenging time when collective action takes on even greater urgency than before. This is the thought behind the comprehensive framework on care economy, which will be adopted at the 38th ASEAN Summit this week. And where current data suggests that the care economy could create up to 475 million jobs to achieve SDG in 2030, this is why it is vital to advance the care economy in ASEAN. Hence, a comprehensive framework on care economy will chart out the strategic priorities not only by addressing the growing challenges of sustaining investments in care in the region, but also to reframe more comprehensive, enabling and supporting ASEAN care policies, building back better and amongst others by taking advantage of the advancements of digitalizations and the opportunities brought about by the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Being cross-cutting in nature, the framework will complement the work of other pillars to the ASEAN Comprehensive Recovery Framework, our region exit strategy from the pandemic, and our ongoing work towards the ASEAN post-2025 vision. And above all, it will reaffirm our region as a caring ASEAN, prepared for future opportunities and challenges while prospering together sustainably. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, within the ASEAN Comprehensive Framework on the Care Economy, allow me to outline 6 broad strategic priorities identified to address current and future needs arising from the demographic change, social inequalities, and sustainable development challenges. These strategic priorities are expected to support and guide us in developing our care economies in the region. The first strategy is looking into promoting healthy aging and leveraging opportunities in the aging societies in our region. This is occurring across ASEAN, where there is a steady rise in the percentage of elderly people above 65 years, from 4.9% in 2000 to 7.1% in 2019. And as the average life expectancies in ASEAN continue to increase, more and more seniors will rely on the care of others, and so will the demand for care. At the same time, the low fertility rates observed in several ASEAN member states have also raised questions on who will be taking care of the elderly when they require long-term care. Hence, it is important to balance the traditional role played by the family in the region with professional care. This is why intelligence and innovative policy making, as well as practical solutions, are so critical. We must continue to learn from elder care policies in other countries and identify new solutions through public and private partnership. This will be vital to face a future where the number of care recipients is predicted to reach 2.3 billion in 2030, as predicted by International Labour Organization. The second strategy is to enhance the roles of the care economy in building a disaster-resilient ASEAN. Aside from the impact to the lives of people and economies, disasters also affect healthcare institutions and care providers. Thus, care providers and community-based care providers need to be more prepared to respond in a timely manner and in all facets of disasters management. To do this, we need to overcome the major barrier facing our disaster care workers. This includes formally recognizing and defining the relatively new field of disaster care work, improve formal educations and training in disasters management, and devote more research and resources to disaster care. The third strategy is accelerating technological innovations and digital transformations of the care economy in ASEAN. The effects of COVID-19 has accelerated digital transformation, thus presenting new opportunities in innovations and accessibility in care sectors across education, health, disaster, and social development. Trends in digitalizations and smart solutions have featured prominently across sectors. Education curriculums and learning modalities have been adjusted. Digital platforms are part and parcels of our daily livelihood, and it has enhanced disasters and health response. It is important that we continue to build a people-centered and people-oriented ecosystem to nurture and drive innovation. We must make use of technological innovations to promote greater inclusivity so that no one is left behind and to mitigate the digital divide, especially amongst vulnerable groups. The fourth strategy is on the need to build stronger and resilient families as the foundations of care economy. Balancing between work and family responsibilities is becoming more challenging in times of pandemic for workers in both the public and private sectors. This is particularly important for ASEAN, where there are a large percentage of women outside of the labour force due to unpaid care work. This is similar to the global trend, where 606 million women of the total 647 million labour force declared themselves to be unavailable for employment or not seeking a job due to unpaid care work. Hence, we must continue to promote a positive workplace culture across the board in ASEAN. We must examine, share and promote best practices from within and outside the region on initiatives that will support these, such as flexible work arrangements, employee support system, leave schemes, childcare facilities, and maternity protection. The fifth strategy is to enhance social protection. COVID-19 has also reminded us of our economy's fragility. Movement restrictions and lockdown have also had wide-ranging adverse effects on whole population, especially on vulnerable groups. Towards this, government and private sectors of ASEAN member states must continue to ensure that ASEAN labour force and vulnerable groups can benefit from better social protection. Just as critical is the development of a universal and effective shock-responsive social protection in handling the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic and other unpredictable large-scale risks in the future. And finally, the sixth strategy is the need to consider resilience and care for the environment. The COVID-19 pandemic has challenged all of us to identify innovative ways to enhance global cooperations on sustainable development. This is a golden opportunity to boost investments in green recovery, conserve the region's environments, and promote green jobs. Excellency, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Overall, ASEAN is working together to realize shared interests to face regional and global challenges of common concern. We want to enable the people of ASEAN to thrive, prosper, and secure sustainable development for the benefit of present and future generations. As our region recovers from the pandemic, we will need to leverage on new opportunities in our programs and partnerships. Harnessing these opportunities in areas of the key economy will not only help our member states to reach their sustainability objective, but it will also allow ASEAN to remain an attractive and conducive investments and partnership propositions to the world. As we move to sustain the momentum of recovery, the support of government, private sector, the community, as well as our partners and stakeholders will be crucial. Let us continue our strong partnerships and cooperations can bring tangible impact to the countries and to the people of ASEAN. Thank you for your support to the ASEAN Comprehensive Framework on the Key Economy, and we look forward to our continued collaboration. Thank you. Please stay safe. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much to our Minister of Culture and Sports, Buna Daud Salam. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall return after this short message from Baiduri Bank with our presentation on Save the Children.
What does the future hold? Wherever you look, from whichever walk of life, we know there is great potential within, just waiting to be unlocked. For every milestone in your life, no matter how big or small, Baiduri is with you, enriching your life at every stage. For every business ambition, no dream is too big and no challenge is too great. Baiduri is with your business, empowering success every step of the way with our global outlook and deep local insights. As your financial partner, we believe in truly understanding your needs. We engage through meaningful experiences with you in mind as we build lifelong relationships. This is what co-creation means to us: enriching, empowering, and engaging the communities we serve for over 2 decades. Together, our journey continues as we evolve, turning dreams into reality, uncovering new possibilities in a changing world. This is who we are. Baiduri Bank, co-creating your future.